this may be good, but welcome to the Geek Protagonist channel. I try to find some good things. Now I'm talking a lot about the fans and the writers right now for comic books. By the way, I got the things on my wall, so sometimes when I'm more lean, you'll see them. But right now, this is a perfect spot that I'm doing these. So what I want to do is I want to talk about a writer who actually does care and does show it. And I thought this was beautiful, by the way. So this is about Geoff Johns. I think he's one of the best writers today. I think he's legit, him and Scott Snyder. But I think Geoff Johns is literally one of the greatest writers ever. Because he could take a character that nobody cared about, like Aquaman. Even though I always liked Aquaman, but he can add the mythology, the lore, and make fans. And he loved doing it. Hal Jordan bringing him back to prominence, Barry Allen bringing him back to prominence with Flash Rebirth, where the characters were moved on from, like with Kyle Rayner and stuff, and he brought it back to where he's like, no, people are supposed to love these guys. They are fine. We're the problem. Let's do this. Barry Allen, baby. So I want to read this letter to the fans, and I'm watching this show, and even if it's bad, I mean, I'm going to watch it anyway. I'll try to watch all the superhero shows in my own time now, but either way, it doesn't matter because of what he put in there. This is what it's about. So this is what he wrote. To everyone about to watch Stargirl, I know you have real life concerns to deal with, as we all do. So if you are watching these, I hope it's to take a break from it, and I'd encourage you to watch Stargirl with your family. It's what the show was created for and what the show is about. And quite frankly, right now is the time to be with family. My entire career began with Heroes. A cold call to Superman director Richard Donner's office landed me an internship that eventually led me to being Dick's assistant in 1996. During that first year working for him, my sister Courtney passed away, or was killed, sorry, in the TWA Flight 800 disaster. Courtney was on her way to France as a foreign exchange student. She was 18. She was smart, funny, and endlessly enthusiastic. Dick bought my ticket home to Detroit and told me I would have a job waiting for me in Los Angeles whenever I was ready to come back. That fall, we shot a film called Conspiracy Theory in New York. He invited my parents to the set and put them in the movie, which was pretty cool. It was the first time I remember them smiling and having fun since my sister's death. Dick was my hero for that. A year later, I sold my first comic book proposal to DC Comics. It was called Stars and Stripe. The premise, which is also the premise of the show, was that teenager Courtney Whitmer's mother, Barbara, marries mechanic Pat Dugan, and Courtney, reluctantly, moves with them from Los Angeles to Nebraska. In Nebraska, Courtney discovers that her new stepfather used to be a superhero sidekick and steals his partner's old staff, taking it for a joyride. Ultimately, Courtney takes on the mantle of Stargirl, and Pat is forced to come out of retirement and become a sidekick to his stepdaughter at Stripe. It is a story about how family is created by bond, not blood. Stargirl was obviously named after inspired by my sister, Courtney. Sorry, my thing is acting goofy. There we go. Sorry about that. It's a weird place to stop. It is her spirit and optimistic energy that I wanted to put back in the world with Stargirl. It is a celebratory, forward-looking, and positive. And I hope that comes through when you watch these episodes. I've written a lot of superhero stories in my career, but this is by far the most personal on every level. The cast, crew, and everyone involved has given their talent and passion to bring Stargirl to life, and I couldn't be more grateful for them. I think their hard work paid off, and at the very least, I hope you smile a few times while you watch Breck Basinger playing Courtney, Luke Wilson playing Pat, take up the mantles individually and together. I apologize for the length of this introductory note. Weeks ago, I had thought it would be a simple paragraph or two, but now I almost feel apologetic for assuming you have the time to watch Stargirl. Again, thank you, and if anyone wants to talk further about the show, I'd be happy to. Best to you and your family, Geoff Johns. That was emotional, heartfelt, not mean, not cutting people down. As a writer, he's trying to give you a good feeling. Why is that so rare today? That letter touched my heart. That's why I read it to you. I felt that I needed to read it right there. I could, send it to you. It's on Newsarama. You could look it up. Just look up Geoff Johns' letter. But that was to the fans, and that's a character that is near and dear to his heart. And I think it's so cool that every live action iteration of Star person, like because there's Star Man and Star Girl, it's always been Star Girl. On the Arrowverse, there is a Star Girl. She was back in Justice Society, like in the 40s or whatever. There's always a Star Girl because she really did get that popular. That was a really cool book with Stars and a Stripe and how they did that. I thought it was awesome. And he took an old character and put a new twist, and it works really well. But the fact that I could tell he put his heart and soul into this, even if it, like you said, I'm just sorry. I'm assuming you even have time. Like he's so humbled about it that he's like, look, I appreciate you if you have the time to do this. I just hope it makes you feel good. No agenda or political agenda. No trying to do istophobe. No, he's just trying to tell a story, and he's trying to share that heart with a story, and he's trying to make his sister have a little piece of that life that we all can see that light and who she is, where she actually gets to talk and gets to do things. And in a way, it's like she's still alive because he keeps that memory going. Like this is something that's going to be around forever. Even if the show goes one season or anything like that, you can always refer back to that as his sister. Writers, take notes. Professionals, or as you want to be called, not all of you are bad either. I don't catch. I had nice times writing Michael Bendis, for example. I know some people don't like him. I think he's still the best teenager when it comes to teenagers and writing. He's no one's touching him. Like he's a monster when it comes to that. He just gets it when it comes to teenagers. He's just good at it. You may hate it, you may love it. Doesn't matter. He's just good at it. But the reason why I'm saying writers take notes, the professionals, because you need to understand that first off, we're the fans. Your job is to serve us, not call us names if we don't like something or if we're particular or pander to certain people while ignoring other people or bashing people or something. His letter was thanking people just for even taking the time to possibly watch the show because he was humbled by it. But Geoff Johns always seems to have been that way, where he's like a fan. I think it's so cool. He just called Richard Donner, and they're like, sure. And you got this legendary writer because he's awesome. Blackest Night is still an amazing story. But yeah, he's humbled. He's kind. He's trying to convey his emotion, and he's hoping that he just puts a smile on your face and makes you forget about the stuff going on. And that's what comic books are supposed to do. They're supposed to tell us about the world when needed, but they're also supposed to let us escape when needed. And they're not supposed to be sitting there with the writers calling us every ist, phobe, and bad name or something in the book. Not all of you do it, and some are worse than others. I don't have him on here. I know Donny Cates sometimes goes off the deep end, but in all honesty, a lot of times he's endearing. I mean, people act like he's not, but actually, yes, he is. I've seen a lot of videos with him. I've gotten really heavily into his writing. I've become a fan. And just to even tell you, as a fan, and I may, if I remember, to go more deep into it when I do the fan side of this, Todd McFarlane's right. The habits are breaking. I'm looking at certain comics. I'm like, I'm not going to buy all these comics. I'm going to get some crowdfunding. And if I really like your comic, like Guardians of the Galaxy, I've always enjoyed pretty much every run. I'll get those. But my comic book guy, it's going to be different because I'm going to tell him, like, look, I'm not going to waste my money on stuff that I'm just buying because I've just gotten a title the whole time and it takes me forever to stop because I feel a certain way and I get the arc and I stop. No, I'm not doing it anymore. If you're not blowing my mind or the story's not really killing it, I'm not going to buy it. Now, if I want to take a risk, I'll take a risk. I've done it and I've crapped out a couple times. But I'm not going to just buy a floppy and just be like, yep, I'll buy all these. I'm one of those guys that can spend 50 to 100 in a pop. And I've been on my comic book guy and I feel terrible because I've been there where literally that day, I'll be his only money he made that day. And he would have just, and I would have dropped like an 100 or something. I don't always have all the money in the world. So how it's going to happen after all this is said and done, at least on my end, so you know, I'm going to buy the books I'm very curious about, like in the sense of I'm like, oh, I want to check this out. I'm gonna buy the books I know and I'm gonna start following the authors that I know, even if they jump off a book. I'm no longer just gonna grab any book that does it. Now, if the comic book shops survive and we do free comic book day, I had a whole plan for free comic book day. I don't know what's gonna happen. There was a lot of plans I had to do movies, reviews, and stuff. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope the comic book shops are around. If they are, and we get free comic book day to kind of kick it up, and did Marvel and DC give away some of their stuff more as they should, then yeah, it may be back. And if we do free comic book day, if there's this other place that's a mystery box I wanted to show off and do unlocking for, like I go crazy on free comic book day. I'll spend hundreds to just do it because the discounts are awesome. Everything is awesome, and it's a great way to get people into comics. So hopefully everything survives, shops wise. Writers, I think it's time that you start doing Kickstarters and Indiegogos and see where your value really lies when it comes to the fans. And truly look at how you've been treating people. Do a little self reflection, and maybe you'll realize that you could improve and be better. And I'm not talking about the people who are sitting there as soon as you get on there, they're like, F you, I hate you, I hate you. No, not those people. I'm talking about the people who, like how it tested with me when I legit was like, hey, I don't see this. What are you talking about? You're sounding kind of crazy. Like, you sound like you're saying that. They didn't say this. They said this. You're calling them names, racist names and stuff. What's up? And you block. Like, things like that. No more. If you writers want to do that, things are about to change. You're not all going to just have your jobs the way it was, and it's not going to go back to the same, especially because companies are going to be spending more money distributing than they used to, since Diamond, for some dumb reason, they had no plan B, which tells me just how ridiculous they were. Digital copies aren't going away, so all the shops, stop with the digital copy getting rid of. It's not going away. But digital's not saving anything either. It's like 10% of the market. So, going off on a tangent, I'm bringing it back, and then I'm going to be done. Geoff Johns was humbled. This was beautiful. I'm definitely watching Stargirl. I'm going to try to eventually review the CW shows or whatever. But this is a wonderful letter to the fans, and his heart was there, and you could feel it. And I hope that he gets to see it, and I hope he gets a smile on his face and it makes him remember his sis. And I hope you all watch it too, just in support of it was written out of love. This is the Geek Protagonist. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being with me. And the outro's next. I'll see you. Take care. Ooh! Hey! You made it to the end of the video. Thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And hit that bell notification so you don't miss a video. You can double click, so it gets the little things around it, you know. But thank you. I thank you for taking time out of your day. I know these times are harsh and can be very rough, and I appreciate you. So I appreciate it if you like my comments and like what I have to say, and if not, I appreciate to hear the feedback. Thank you once again very much, and stay safe. Geeko Practice is out.